one of my first channels was El Moria. And I can remember what he said when we channeled. When I channeled his message. He said, don't use mediums. He said, why are you using mediums? He said, you are not to use mediums. And then he also said, I am your king. I don't remember anymore after that. I dissociated. Guys, why would El Moria say something like that? Why would El Moria not want you to use mediums? Well, one big reason is because of going into trance, in a full trance state. There's a difference between channeling a message and being conscious and aware and feeling the inspiration and the message, come through you, but you're still conscious, and going into a full trance. Going into trance is very much akin, I'd equate it to blacking out, blackout drunk. You know how some people will drink and they'll drink themselves till they're in a blackout stupor, and then all of a sudden it's like they're on autopilot, and you don't know what kind of person you're going to get. It's probably going to be bad, especially whatever spirit takes over their vessel while they're in that state. That's why. Very similar reasoning. When you're in full trance, you're not fully aware of what your body is doing. And a lot of things can happen to you, and you won't know. So it's dangerous for the medium. Not really dangerous for everybody else. Just the medium. And guys, El Moria was a sensitive dude. He was probably the most sensitive of the ascended masters, as far as his, psychic gifts. So I could see how he wouldn't like it. Adding on to that, a lot of abuse happens during these seances to the medium while they're in trance state. Operators and certain people within their group, friends, will take advantage of them while they're in that state. I'm sure you can imagine what kind of things they'd like to do to a body like that. So that's why the Chohan of the first ray doesn't want you to use mediums. I think he's fine with the standard channel message. He doesn't like the trance state. Neither does God. Now, why would he say he was their king? Well, if you look into Moria's incarnations, you'll notice a pattern. He picks royalty. Yeah. Almost every incarnation of his is either dead on in royal lineage or really close. as Chohan of God's will, I could see why it would be a good idea to be in a position of royalty like that. You can deliver God's will to the people that way. You're supposed to. But the thing is dark occultists don't respect the spirits. Dark occultists don't respect God. Dark occultists don't respect people. You know what they respect? Power. Yeah. And so they use the medium as a tool. See, before, people worked with the medium to get wisdom from the divine. And then they figured they could put the medium in a state where they could just use the medium and get the good without the medium knowing what's going on, and then butt the medium out of whatever divine wisdom that they get from God. Because you can imagine having divine wisdom from God probably gives you a little bit of an edge in life, don't you think? This is why the psychic community is in this weird gray area, where it is very much a reality. It's very much a real thing, but it's hidden. And then it's also painted as delusion, sci-fi or fiction. Yet there are plenty of cases within our own government, and even the people who are leaders in our community and government practice it. Practice all kind of forms. Study. Again, going back to having an edge on the common man because you have more knowledge. Yeah. This is why, as a sensitive person and as somebody who, once you start remembering your past, your gifts, what happened to you, you're not just a sensitive anymore. You're a medium at that point because you're aware. You're aware of your gift. And you should be learning how to control your energy and keep it to yourself and not let people take it. And also how to give it back if it does, leave you a little bit. Because people want it. They'd rather you not know. That way they can use you. So, hope this helps. I'm going to try to come out with some more today. You have a good morning.